Hello and good morning to all students. Saraswati Shishukunj Vagwala Board Sir, English Medium. Students, this is another video of Standard 4th subject EVS. Students, your previous chapter is over. It was a reverse tail. So students, I hope you have understood all things about chapter number 30. Now students, today we will going to start with a new chapter. The chapter's name is chapter number 14, Basva'S farm. So students, which things you will going to learn in this chapter? Quickly let me explain to you. Students, as the title of the chapter is Basva'S farm, so you must have known that Basva is a name of a boy. His father is a farmer. Father is growing onion crops. So students, in this chapter you will going to learn that how the onion crops is cultivated, which things Basva's father used to cultivate onion crops, and in which month the onion crop is being sown, and in which months it is ready to be harvested. So all these things you will going to learn in this chapter. So students, I hope you will learn this chapter thoroughly. So students, let us begin this chapter now. So students, as you know that all of us are living on land. Land is our precious wealth. Precious means very important. We obtain means we take. We obtain various types of crops from earth. Means we grow wheat, rice, pulses, maize, vegetables, onions. All these things we grow on land. So students, we also get fuels like petrol, diesel. Then we also get metals like gold, silver, iron. All these things are called metals and minerals from earth. So students, all these things we get from the earth. That is why land is a very precious wealth. But students, if we talk about crops or vegetables, so who grows crops or vegetables? A farmer. When a farmer puts in lots of efforts in his fields, only then and then he gets a good crop. So when the farmer gets good crop, all the crops our houses. So it is very important for a farmer to grow and cultivate good crops. So students, all these things that you will going to learn in this chapter. So students, let us begin this chapter. Students, you have to pay attention in your textbook. So students, this is a story of a boy named Basma. I am Basva. He is describing his story. His father is a farmer. They live in Basvanika village in Karnataka. Students, let me give you information that in India, states like Maharashtra and Karnataka, these are the two states that grows plenty of onions. That is why if we talk about this Basma story, they are also living in a small village named Basvanika in the state of Karnataka. If we talk about the state of Gujarat, in the Gujarat, Sabarkantha district is there. In that district, farmers grow lots of onion. So these things, students, you must know. It is in the month of July, like every year. his Appa. Appa means Basva's father is preparing the field to sow the onion crops. So students, this is also a very important thing, that in which month they start to prepare to grow the onion crops. So the answer is in the month of July. So there are so many to be done at this time. So when you want to grow any crops like this, in this chapter they are growing onion crops. So they have to do lots of preparation before growing onion crops. Students, to help his father, Basma also got into the field. So he is also helping his father in growing onion. In these last few days, Appa has been using the Kunti. Kunti means iron rod to dig the soil, loosen it and make it soft. Students, here one picture is there. In this picture, you can see that Basva's father is using Kunti. Kunti in local language we call as Kodali. So he is using Kunti to dig the soil, loosen the soil and make it soft. In English we call Kunti as iron rod. So students, this is called Kunti. Students, in Basva'S area, an implement called Kunti is used to loosen the soil. What is the kind of implement is called in your area? So students, the answer is the implement used to loosen the soil in my or your area is called Kunti or Kodali. This is the answer of this question. So student, you can see that Basva's father is using Kunti or Kodali. Students, this is again another picture of Kunti or Kodali. See which type of implement it is. Students, in another picture you can also see that one woman is using Kodali or Kunti to loosen the soil or to dig the soil. And students, there is another question that find out from a farmer or some elders in your family. Then which kind of crops are grown in your area? So students, the answer is in our area the crops like vegetables, mustard, rice, gram, maize, wheat, etc. are grown in our area. Students, as you know that Basva's father is using Kunti, or in local language we call as Kodali, to loosen the soil and to dig the soil. Now students, after this, another point you have to learn is sowing the seeds. Students, first they are loosening the soil, then they are ready to sow the seeds. So how they are sowing the onion seeds, this thing you have to learn. Students, this year also Basva's father will sow onion seeds in the fields. Students, in this picture also you can see that Basva's father is pulling the courage. So students, what is courage? In local language, or as we know, courage is known as plow. It is known as plow. So his father is pulling the plow or courage. Students, as you know that bullocks are pulling the courage, and in local language we know courage as plow, and Appa means father will walk behind them. So students, who is pulling the courage or plow? The bullocks, and his father is walking behind them. What is his father doing? He is sprinkling the seeds. So when Basva's father is walking behind the plow, so what he is doing? He is sprinkling the onion seeds. Basva would also like to do this, just like his Appa or father. But his father says that it is necessary necessary to drop the right amount of seeds at a regular distances. So students, Basva also would like to sprinkle the seeds, but his father is telling him that you are too young to do this work, because if you sprinkle too many seeds at one place, then the onions will not grow properly. That is why his father is not allowing him to sprinkle the onion seeds. This is not so easy to do. So he says that Basva may drop too many seeds at one place. So he tells that he must wait till he becomes older to be able to do this. So Basva is too young to do this thing. That is why his father is not allowing him to sprinkle the onion seeds. Now students, in this picture, there is one picture is there. In this picture, students, you see that the farmers are plowing the fields and they are making rows. What they are making? They are making rows with the help of plow. And who is pulling the plow? Bullocks pulling the plow. And two men are walking behind that plow, sprinkling the seeds. So students, with the help of this picture, you can get an idea. Students, there is one question is there. The question is, what other ways could be used to plow the fields instead of using animals? Students, the answer is that nowadays very few farmers are using bullocks to plow their fields. But most of the farmers are using tractors instead of using bullocks to plow the fields. Next students, after sowing the seeds, another point you have to learn is the sprout appears. So students, Basva's father has sown the seeds. So then in how many days the sprout appears? So students, let us learn. It is now 20 days since the seeds were sown. So after 20 days of sowing the seeds, the onion plants have started to sprout. So students, after the 20 days, this is important thing, that after 20 days the sprout appears from the onion seeds. He saw sprouts appearing after 20 days. Along with onion plants, seeds have also come up. So it is not only the sprouts from the onion crops are coming up. With onion crops, some weeds. Some weeds means, what is the meaning of weed? The unwanted plants that grows along with main crops. It is called weeds. So weeds are also growing with main crops. These weeds are unnecessary things which automatically grow without being planted. So students, this is called weeds. It is also grow with the main crop. Now, Basva's father says that we must remove the weeds so that they do not take up all the water and fertilizers. So students, as the weeds are growing along with the main crop, so what they are doing, whatever water they have given to the onion crops, some water also will be taken by weeds. And if they put some fertilizers in the onion crops, some weeds also take those fertilizers. So if they do not remove the weeds, then what happens? The onion crops will not grow properly. So students, it is very important to remove the weeds from the main crops. If there are too many weeds, then the onion plants will not be healthy. That is why it is safe to remove weeds. So it takes all the water and fertilizers. So the onion plants will not be healthy. Amma means Basva's mother, uncle and Basva all help Appa, means all they are helping his father to take out the weeds. So students, in this point you have to learn that after sowing the seeds, after 20 days the sprout will appear. So with the sprouts, weeds also will be there. So you have to remove the weeds. So students, here I want to show you some one or two pictures. Students, this is a picture of onion field. You can see that how the onion fields look like or how it looks. Or you can see that how the onion crops is growing in the field. So this is the pictures that you can see. Students, in this chapter, the Basva'S farm, in this video we can discuss 2 points. First, sowing the seeds, then how the sprout appears after 20 days from the seeds. So students, these 2 things we have learned in this chapter. So students, I hope you will understand. But students, before the end of this chapter, let us discuss the exercise. Students, let us look at the answers of the worksheet. In that, question number 1 is fill in the blanks. First, Basva's father is using the blank to dig the soil, loosen it and make it soft. So which thing is used by Basva's father? So students, the answer is Kunti. What is called Kunti? Locally known as Kodali. To dig the soil, loosen it and make it soft. Then students, second number blank is Basva's father works as a farmer. So what is the answer? Farmer. His father works as a farmer. Then students, third number blank is a few days after sowing, blank can be seen growing out of the ground. So students, let me explain that a few days after sowing the seeds, what can be seen growing out of the ground? So students, the answer is sprout. What can be seen? Sprout. So the answer is a few days after sowing, sprout can be seen growing out of the ground. And students, the 4 number blank is when enough blank are sown at a specific distance, the harvest is good. So the answer is when enough seeds. What is the answer? Seeds. When enough seeds are sown at a specific distance, then the harvest is good. So students, these are the answers of fill in the blanks. Students, the second number question is answer the following questions. In this question, first number is from which month does sowing for a good crop of onion start? So the answer is sowing for a good onion crop starts in the month of. Students, only one word you have to remember is the month of July. So in this month, growing of onion crops start. Then students, the second number question is how does Basva's father use the Kunti or pickaxe? We can say in English. So students, the answer is Basva's father digs the ground with his pickaxe or Kunti to make the soil loose and soft. He is using Kunti to make the soil loose and soft. Then the third number question is how does a farmer sow onion seeds? So which are the steps for growing onion seeds? So the answer is first of all, a farmer plows his field, makes rows in it with plow or some other implement. At the same time, he drops onion seeds at a specific distance in each row. Immediately after this, the ground is leveled. So after dropping the onion seeds at a specific row, they are leveling the ground or they are covering the onion seeds so that the seeds are covered with soil. This is how onion seeds are sowed. So students, this is how onion seeds are are sown. So students, after this the another question is, what are weeds? So the answer is any plants as well as grass which are not sown and are unnecessary but still grow along with a sown crop are known as weeds. So students, let me again repeat the answer. Any plants as well as grass which are not sown and are unnecessary but still grow along with a sown crop are known as weeds. Then students, the last number question is, why is it necessary to remove weeds that grow along with crops? So the answer is, weeds that grow along with crops use up a good deal of sunlight, water and fertilizers that is meant for the crop. So whatever things is meant for the crop, it is used by weeds. So the crop gets these substances less than is needed by them. Thus the produce decreases, the crops decreases. So weeds that grow along with crops must be removed. So students, let me again repeat the answer. Weeds that grow along with crops use up a good deal of sunlight, water and fertilizer that is meant for the crop. So the crops gets these substances less that is needed by them. That is why the produce decreases. So weeds that grow along with crops must be removed. So students, these were the answers of exercise or your worksheet. So students, in this new chapter 14 number Basva'S farm, in this chapter you studied two topics today. The first topic is sowing of the seeds and second topic is the sprout appears. So students, I hope you will see and understand this video. So this is the end of this video students. Bye and have a good day.